How's it hanging, dudes? My name is Sean and welcome back to another Cyberpunk 2077 video. And okay, I was surfing the web, looking at Cyberpunk stuff, as you do, and I came across this article that was uploaded I think like 23 hours ago, something like that, and it really just kind of hit the nail on the head as far as or it kind of summarizes everything that's been leading up to this and why the hype is so immense and why certain people are freaking out about, Cyberpunk and what's going on at E3 this year and stuff like that. So I wanted to share that with you guys today. Plus, I haven't uploaded in, almost a week, so that's unacceptable. Got to do something about that. So let's go ahead and just jump right in, guys. So everything CD Projekt has said about Cyberpunk 2077 since last year's E3. Shout out to Tyler Wilde a day ago. He did a pretty good job summarizing some of this stuff. So details about Cyberpunk 2077 have been trickling out of CD Projekt for years, and then at last year's E3, CD Projekt finally showed a press behind closed doors demo. We could do at that time was described to you, but later the studio released a series of blog posts breaking down a cinematic trailer frame by frame, and then finally it made the full gameplay video public, and you can watch it above. But we're not going to do that because everybody's seen that. This is kind of old at this point. They've done a lot of stuff to it, right? It's already amazing as is, and it was a work in progress. It's mind blowing. Anyway, that was hardly the end of the story, though. Between E3 2018 and now, we've learned a lot more about Cyberpunk 2077, where it is in development, what's being prioritized, and who is working on it. There's no release date yet. We're hoping E3 2019 provides one. Everybody is, but we know a lot more now than we did then. CD Projekt says that this year's E3 will be the most important one in the company's history. Now here's the stage dressing everything that CD Projekt has said about Cyberpunk 2077 since last E3, or everything important at least, right? So the E3 2018 demo was earlier than alpha, according to CD Projekt President CEO Adam Kaczynski. I'm sorry, I'm bad with names, I'm so sorry. Anyway, so moving on, because I'm going to butcher all these names, guys. I'm sorry. That suggests a bit of a wait, but later we learned that both Cyberpunk 2077 and another CD Projekt Red CD Projekt RPG will be released by the end of 2021, and that Cyberpunk is playable from start to finish, which is a huge milestone. You know what I'm saying? It's huge. If that's the case, a 2020 release feels like the Cyberpunk 2077. It could come as early as this year, but in a recent video, CD Projekt said that its work on the game is far from over, which makes us think that late 2020 is more likely a release window. That's just their speculation. I don't know. That's kind of what makes you, I can see the train of thought here, right? So Cyberpunk 2077 won't be playable at E3 2019. We'll get to see it, but no touching, right? We also know that there will be a behind closed doors demo that will be different from the public demo, and we don't have a word on what that will be made available for those not at the show. We're hoping like some sort of a trailer. That's what they're expecting at Microsoft conference like last year. But right now it's still sort of up in the air, but I mean, most people are leaning towards it. Why wouldn't they, right? So multiplayer specialist studio Digital Scapes has joined production, though we're not sure what they're working on. Past comments confirm that CD Projekt plans some kind of multiplayer mode alongside expected single-player sprawl, and that could be a Digital Scapes domain. However, we learned that E3 last year, Cyberpunk won't ship that with any such multiplayer mode. We also learned that I can't do it, guys. I'm just gonna say Conrad Tom, a Witcher 3 creative director, joined the Cyberpunk team in March. This came after Cyberpunk narrative and setting director Sebastian Stepien. I got one. Okay. Left the company for Blizzard. But that only means that maybe they're starting to come to a head on some of their production on the game development. And in total, 400 people are working on Cyberpunk 2077 right now. There will be a photo mode, or at least CD Projekt is planning on having one. PC Gamer is firmly pro photo mode, so this is good news for us. We also learned that many HUD elements, including damage numbers, can be turned off, so that would be kind of cool. Adds even more to the immersion and realism, but the counters and stuff like that already, to me, added to immersion and realism, because you'd have those implants in your brain, like NeuroWare, right, or in your spinal cord. So it's like kind of makes sense anyways if you want to have those visuals. It just kind of gives you an edge, and a realistic, real-life edge in the dark future, right? Anyway, so there are multiple ways to resolve individual quests, and the quest design philosophy came from the Witcher 3 expansion, according to designer Patrick Mills. He also said that cyberpunk genre is inherently political. And as you would think so, because just about every single one is. In our current time is also kind of political, so that's kind of a nice motif to play off of. As long as it doesn't take sides or anything like that, I think it'll do a great thing as showcasing kind of the I guess a parallel to what's going on today and what would be in the dark future. I don't know, maybe not. I don't know. So many of the tall buildings will be explorable, and each floor can house a lot of activities. It says many, but we don't know exactly how many. There's also mega buildings. There's some mega buildings that will be like little communities of their own. There's a bunch of sky bridges, and I imagine you'll probably get lost inside the skyscrapers as much as you will like on the ground floor. And on top of that, it goes up so high and so low, and it's crazy. It's crazy. You guys seen the trailer, anyways. So the story is just as important as action. You'll experience the thrill of using cybernetic implants and high-tech weaponry in combat. Sure, there's also depth in the story. The writer states, I can't. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I can't do that name. I just can't do these names, guys. I cannot do these names. In an interview we published last November, we want to ask questions about what identity and individuality are in the world where people are so closely connected to technology. Performance optimization was considered right at the start of development, said lead cinematic animator Petros. I got the last name right. Yeah, last August. Mod tools aren't planned at launch, but CD Projekt would love to support the modding community in the future. So that's probably going to be a post-launch thing that they might tackle after other stuff, along with DLCs that come with that kind of nature. So maybe not. I don't know. I hope that they do. They said they will. So they're looking forward to it. Something like that. Support. The final part of Cyberpunk 2077's development should be better than The Witcher 3's finishing period for employees, said CD Projekt Red co-founder Marcin Owinski. I'm sorry. I've heard people say it too. Whenever I start to do it, I just can't do it. I can't do it. Sorry. While speaking on studio's history and the industry-wide issue of crunch, when it comes to crunch, the company wants to be more humane to treat people with respect, and that's only because there's a few little crybabies out there trying to. CD Projekt Red has such a good reputation. There's going to be negative Nancy's out there to try to bring them down. Haters going to hate, right? But again, if you want an easy development job, go play Candy Crush, as far as I'm concerned. So that's kind of all we really know so far. If anybody else knows anything else, hop down, let me know. But so I'm kind of looking forward to see what the public showing is, but I'm also looking forward to see what YouTubers will say the difference would be, right? And hopefully we get some footage of that. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'm a little parched. I need to go get something to drink. And if you ever just sometimes, your lips aren't really chapped, but you put chapstick on anyways, just because you want to, make sure you like and subscribe. And until next time, piss off. 2 to the 1, from the 1 to the 3. I like good pussy and I like good trees. Smoke so much weed you wouldn't believe, and I get more ass than a toilet seat. 3 to the 1, from the 1 to the 3. I met a bad bitch last night in the D. Let me tell you how I made her leave with me. Conversation and Hennessy. I've been to the motherfucking